Oh,
Hello.
hey, how are you?
How are you?
You look amazing. Happy Friday.
Thank you. Happy Friday to you.
Yes, yes. How's it going?
It's going good, dude. I'm not even stressing the weather right now. I'm kind of enjoying it. Wait, my
Oh,
hair looks
yeah.
crazy. I got my hair done yesterday and it feels so short.
Really? It looks great. What you mean short?
No, but I want my longer locks. But it's fine. It'll grow. It'll just give it a couple of weeks.
Yeah, you looking like a vibe right now, like a commercial, like, L'Oreal,
Yeah.
feeling that.
Like I do this, like I've done this before, like
Let's get it. Well, welcome. Welcome to Bigger Talks IG Live Edition. We're here. Thank you for being available. We're going to talk content and influencing, gaining momentum in the entertainment industry and building a following and building a brand. So before we get started, I met Michelle, I want to say 2015.
you have like such a better memory of this. I'm like, I don't even feel like that much time has gone by. And then you're like 2015 and I'm like, what? That's crazy.
It's 2015 or 2016. We was shouts out to Body by Jen. She had a fitness studio in like East Hollywood, and I
I think
remember
it's still
coming.
there.
It's still there.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and it was this pretty girl and that working out really hard. I'm like, yo, this person has to be on TV. This person has to be. Who the hell is that? And you was kicking ass. I was like, yo, she going hard. Who is that? Like, she has to be a former athlete. So that was the first time I saw you, and we didn't really talk this much. I think at the time you was dating someone, but that didn't matter either. But it was just like, you
Right.
respect relationships. And then fast forward to last year, we did some content creation together. Shout out
Yeah.
to Mike T, who kind of like brought us together, and you did the 30-day fitness challenge with me, which I appreciate. Thank you. And we kind of kicked ass, and you went hard, and you pushed me, and fun. It was fun. And yeah, that was a good time. However, can you please tell the listeners, the viewers, where you from,
Yeah.
your background, because you're from the Bay, right?
Yeah. So I'm actually just like a Cali girl. I was born and raised in San Francisco in the city. Went to a Catholic school since I was like in first grade till I graduated high school.
Yeah.
Then I moved to LA between like 8 to 10 years, which is crazy that I've been here this long. And as soon as I got here, I just like knew what I wanted to do. So within 6 months, I had an agency. I was already booking my commercials, and then it just kind of evolved to acting on TV and TV shows. But for me, it was great that it started commercially because I think I was able to build my confidence up in my skill level and just get comfortable with camera work and understanding, all that goes into it and auditioning. So this was like that was just my journey, and I feel like it worked out so well for me. So that's a little bit about who I am. I'm Nicaraguan, Latina.
Yeah,
I
nigga,
just
right.
love to represent for my Nicoyos, So yeah, I just love to be the face of Nicaraguan Latinas.
Yeah, congrats.
For the proper way, Nicaragüense. But people are always like, "What did you just say?" I'm like, but there you go.
But so was acting you got to LA, like what kind of inspired you to get into acting or just doing commercials or just anything theater wise or just on stage? When did that start?
Yeah. I always knew I wanted to do TV, but to be honest with you guys, I didn't have any support. No shade on my family or anyone else, because you don't need anyone else's support, but I don't think they actually thought I could do it.
Really?
So, yeah. So, I mean, not that they ever told me that, or not that they would, but I'm sorry?
You felt it though.
Yeah. Like, I mean, nobody was like, okay, this is what you want to do. Let's sign you up. Like, I mean, I was a Gap kid when I was 9 and 10,
Oh, okay.
and I loved it. Like, I was just like, oh my God, like this is what I want to do. And we'd be at photo shoots and they'd give me the clothes and like hair and makeup. And I was like, wow, this is so much fun. Like the like exhilaration I felt being on set, I was like, I want this all the time.
Oh, wow.
But you know, I didn't have the support. So I had to wait until I was old enough to make my own decisions and support myself, which is what I ended up doing.
What does support mean to you, since you say that? Because I can kind of relate, but I just want to understand so I'm not thinking it's something that it's not. When you say support.
Yeah, well, I guess support means is like something that someone else can do to help me reach my goal.
Got it.
So I guess for my mom, I mean, she's not from here though, so I can't even, like, I totally get it. Like, she's from Nicaragua. Like, what is she, like, she didn't know anything about TV and commercials and agents and how to, like, find an agent and all that stuff. And so I guess she didn't know what to do. So I literally had to just figure everything out myself. And so when I thought I was going to go to school for broadcast journalism, like, I was like, okay, I'll be in front of the camera and I'll interview people. Because I just know I love being around people and talking. So I'm like, great, this is great. But I was like, I'm like, I guess, like, I could do it, but it just didn't feel right. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go to LA and model. Because, like, everyone's like, you're so pretty, you should model. And I was like, okay. And I get here and I was like, no, this is not. Like, modeling in LA is different because in New York, it's high fashion. You know, you're doing shoots and magazines and stuff and runway. And there is some of that here in LA. But here in LA, a lot of it is e-com work, which is really cool and great, but that's what a lot of models do because it pays well and it's consistent. Like, and you're just there's new clothes coming out every week. So it's consistent work. And I was just like, I did a couple e-com shoots and I was like miserable. Like,
really? Did it pay well? I know some people made good money.
They do. They pay really well, especially when you have a client and you're working 2 to 3 days every week. It's a big paycheck. Yeah. But I was like, I wasn't happy. Like, you're changing like 150 times for 8 hours. You're on your feet. And it just didn't make me happy. And so I started doing commercials and I was like, yo, this is where
I like
that for me.
Right.
Like, I just felt it's so fun because you go to work, you have a commercial shoot, you do one job, and then you're on to the next.
Yeah.
Always, it's refreshing. You're meeting new people, you're working with new people, and then sometimes you work with the same people, and it's just so fun to like catch up with everyone and see where everyone's at and what they've been working on. And they're like, yo, I saw your commercial here, and I'm like, yo, I saw you. I was like, it's just fun.
By the way, since you said commercial, my neighbor loves you. Like, she loves you. Her name is Miss Margaret, and she said, I saw Michelle the other day on a commercial. That girl be doing it. She works so hard. Can you just what are her goals? Like, what are her goals for, like, this year? She inspires me. Like, like, she's a big fan. Yeah, so,
She sounds like the sweetest lady.
Yeah,
I need her in my life.
She brings me cupcakes at times, like, here, you guys. So she's so nice, but she knows you. She's seen you. She watches you. She follows you. So, yeah. Awesome. You never know who's watching, right?
Yeah, literally.
The commercials are fun, you never know until you get here what LA is really about. You have your own intentions and perspective, and then you get here and you're like, that's not it. And when I got here, it was about, well, I don't want to do TV. I wanted to go to grad school. TV kind of like was chasing me this entire time. But then you get there and you figure out, like, oh, it's about who you know, who knows you. You have to put in the work. And talking about work, where did that work ethic come from? Because I was actually in here watching like some of your stuff on YouTube, and I was watching like your photo shoots and your red carpets, and you have so much swag and confidence. Like, your confidence comes through the camera. Like, your poses, your angles. You just have it. Some people just have it, but for you, did your mom or dad instill work ethic in you? Like, where did you get that confidence side from? And when it comes to like approaching a job or acting, what is your mindset?
Well, thank you for that, honestly. I've worked really hard all my life, to be honest. My mom was a single mom and my dad wasn't around, but I have found that actually benefited me. So everything that they did and didn't do, like, shaped me, and I'm actually so grateful. My dad and I have a great relationship now. I hope he's not watching, because I'm like, no shade, Dad, I love you. But my mom was like, she was a single mom, and all the money that she had, she was like, it goes to swimming lessons, gymnastics, karate, basketball, volleyball. So everything was invested in me, and just making me well-rounded. So there was really no extra money to be like, oh, you want this and clothes. And, I was always into fashion and style, and I wanted the new shoes. At that time, it was Jordans. I had every single pair of Jordans that's ever existed.
Wow.
They're still at my mom's house. I need to sell those things.
She put on for you. That's love.
So I started working, if we're being honest, like I was 9 years old and I was going to the babysitters, and I love kids. And I was just naturally so helpful with them. Like I always had a baby on my hip. I would change diapers. Yeah. I would feed them. I would change them, whatever they needed. And so the lady was like, she would just start giving me $20 a week. And with that $20, I would go to like buy my favorite CDs. I love music. I would save up for like some nice shoes that I liked or tops, and I would just shop online. So I've just always worked, and that was when I started buying my own things, and then it just kept evolving as I got older. I worked at the YMCA as a junior camp counselor through summer. I was up at I had to be there at 7 a.m. and I'd get off at 3. Yeah. I worked through like Christmas holiday vacation. So I've just always had a job, and I just always knew that if I wanted something, I had to get it, because
I like that.
What it was.
Young, you were babysitting. So that's one of the questions that I have for you. So do you think about having kids one day?
Oh my gosh. Like I want 3 minimum. Minimum 3 kids. So yes, I want
boys, girls, 2 boys, 1 girl, 2 girls, 1 boy.
I don't honestly, like whatever God wants to give me, I just want a healthy baby. I do want 1 of each, and then the third one is whatever is meant for me.
Yeah. That's dope. So how has your mom, being a single mom, inspired you in not only your profession, but just as a woman? What did you learn from your mom growing up, that the challenges and the things she overcame to raise you and, raise you and be a mom?
I think there's a couple of things, and one is just being self-sufficient. Like, I want to be married. Like, my parents aren't married, but I want to be like married. That's one thing that I realized, because I know when you and I met, I was in a long-term relationship, and at that time I didn't think I wanted to get married. But like now I'm so sure that I want to get married before I have my kids. And I've understood, watching my parents, the importance of communication and trust, and just calmly talking through things. Because Latinas, we get super passionate, and we'll just tell somebody what it is. But I've really learned to communicate, think thoroughly, and always be honest, because then I can actually build a trusting, lasting, strong foundation. So I've definitely learned that. And just, it doesn't matter with my husband, whatever, like I always need to look to God He's my source of everything. Happiness, peace, money, the next job. Like I need to look to God. I can't look to a guy. I can't look to my agent. I can't look to anyone else but me and God. So that way, regardless of how someone else is acting, it doesn't matter, because I'm not looking to you to fulfill me in any way. Right. So you go what you're going through. I'm going to help you. But regardless, I'm going to talk to God about everything, and that's it.
Yeah, you're not living off the flesh. You're not letting the flesh move or maneuver how you think, be, or exist or survive or thrive in this world, which is really good. It's a great point. You talked about being honest. Was that something that was always within you? Because one of my pet peeves in a relationship, partnership, friendship is honesty. I cannot stand someone who lies. That bothers me. And I know why. It comes from my childhood when I was young. The person I looked up to or wanted things from. Not that they lied to me. It's just they didn't fulfill the purpose I thought they would based on what they told me. So I'd rather a person just say, look, be honest, be open, even if you think it's going to hurt me. So for you, where did honesty play a role in your life?
Well, I guess I don't know if maybe honesty is the right word, but I know for me, I'm just like, don't volunteer something or don't say you're going to do something and then not do it. Especially because I'm not the type to ask for help. So if you volunteer, like, hey, like I could totally help you with that. And I'm like, why would you volunteer if I didn't even ask you? And then now I come to you and ask, and now you can't do something. It's like,
what are we talking about?
Why would you offer something that you can't fulfill? Like that, I like that. I still don't understand that. So
I feel that. Yes.
I'm just like, if you do something, like, then let's do it and let's figure it out. If not, like, I'm gonna have to figure it out myself, like I was before you even opened your mouth. So
Yeah.
it's just like, oh, it's like a waste of time, I guess. Like, don't waste my time. I think that's the biggest thing. Don't waste my time. Like, we literally have one life, and I'm like,
everything.
yeah, I'm like, I don't want to waste my time.
So, I mean, you're extremely attractive. I'm pretty sure you get hit on a lot. Do you think guys feel like they have to lie to you to please you or impress you or to feel like to get your attention? Like, what has been your past when it comes to one of the questions is, being a public figure like you are, being an influencer, having a lot of followers. How is dating? Does it impact your dating life? Are you dating someone? Like, how has that been for you your whole time here in LA? Outside.
I think for me, what I've learned just like over the years, like I feel like I just want to be like, just be honest about your intentions. Like if your intention is like, I think you're pretty and I just want to, have sex or whatever, get intimate, you should just say that, because you probably have a better chance of just saying that than like throwing me through this like loop-de-loop of like,
hold on. We got to pause. Hold on. Please, can you pretty please say that again? Because I think it's the same way for women, for men. And it's all right. Can you please reiterate that? I think that's very important.
No, I'm just like, I honestly, like, just be honest about your intentions. If your intentions is just be like, look, I don't even want a relationship. I just think you're hot. So, like, what's up?
Yeah.
Like, I would respect, I mean, I'm not going to do it because that's just not who I am. But I respect that because I'm like, yo, you didn't waste any time. You're not faking it. Like, don't fake it. Now, anything you say, I'll believe it. Because I'm like, if you could tell me that so honestly, then I know then you can tell me other little things. And I'm like, oh, I actually believe what you're saying. That's like the thing.
Power.
Yeah, there's like so much power in being like, yo, I respect, like, I don't like it. That's not me. And I might be like, yo, why did you approach me? Because that's not who I am on my page. And that's just not what I advertise. But I'm like, I respect you because you keep it real. And I'm like, cool. Like, that's what's up.
And
I'm like, you don't have to tell me that you want to marry me and you love me and you like, bro. I'm like, that's just stupid.
So when it comes to, since we're on this topic, when it comes to dating or, significant other, what do you look for in a man?
I think it's like goals, because I'm dating to get married. So like, that's like one thing. Like, I don't date just to like keep my time busy. I don't need that. I know a lot of people, and I get it. Like, trust me, it's nice to have somebody there. But for me, I'm like, why do I want someone there that I'm not interested long term? Doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So if I'm dating you, it's because I like you and I see potential. And I think it's like goals. Like, do you want to get married? Because I want to get married. Like, do you want kids? Because I want 3 minimum.
Talk your talk. Yeah.
I'm just like, this is what it is, bro. If you don't like it, then like, let's not even waste each other's time. And I'm just honest. I'm like, what are your goals? Like, I want to like invest in businesses, and these are my goals, and I want to start this business. Do you believe in me? If you don't believe in me,
hold on. Oh, say that again. Hey, fellas, you got to listen to what the lady's saying. You can have a woman, but do you believe in her? Do you
yes,
believe in her?
Like, do you actually, like, my ideas are crazy.
Yeah.
But if you think they're crazy enough and you want to do them with me,
yeah,
then that's a real one. But like, I don't want a guy that's like, oh, she's so gorgeous, doesn't respect what I say, doesn't see my intelligence. Like, I want that. I want someone that knows I'm intelligent, that like thinks my crazy ideas are possible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's supposed to be your partner. Someone that's like, yo, like, my girl, like, I'm in trouble, I'm about to call my girl because she's gonna know what to do. Or like, you know what I mean? Like, I respect her so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
as much as she trusts you. So in your past dating experiences, have you dealt with guys who have been very insecure or intimidated by your presence or what you can do? Have you had guys like try to belittle you or make you feel like you wasn't good enough? Did you deal with that in any part of your life?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see it that way. Like, I never thought that somebody would be insecure, because I've dated guys that are in the public eye and, some are athletes and whatnot. So I would never think that they're insecure. But yeah, when they can't be honest or like don't handle confrontation. I don't know why. Like, some guys seem to like not want to talk things out for whatever reason, and I'm like, why? Like, I don't get it. Or, you know, or think that I'm out doing something, or that just because, you know, some people may think I'm pretty, that I'm not going to be loyal or faithful or whatnot. I'm just like, I don't waste my time, dude. Like, if I'm investing it with you, I don't even care about anybody else. Like, that's like the honest truth. I really don't. Like, I want to build with someone. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess you can call it insecurity, but I honestly don't get offended by it, because the way someone treats me is a reflection of them. Okay. And I'm like, you could treat me and I'm so nice and sweet and I will support you and I will ride with you. And that goes for anything, any relationship, friendship, you know, dating, business. Like, I will ride with you. I will do whatever I can to help you. And if you take advantage of me or you try to manipulate me, I feel bad, because I'm like, dang, what have you been through? Because that's just a reflection of pain. And I'm like, there is good in the world, and you don't need to treat people that way. And you need to let go of that in your life. Because I used to have a lot of unforgiveness in my heart when I was in high school with my dad. Like, I didn't get why my dad didn't want to hang out with me. I didn't get why he wasn't around. But now that I'm older, I'm like, it's not that he didn't love me. It's just he didn't know how to handle his time. And he had other things going on that, like, blocked him from being able to build that relationship with me. And I'm like, dude, just because you're my dad doesn't mean anything. You don't owe me anything.
Right.
Nothing at all. Just because you're my dad does not mean anything at all. I need to survive for myself. So, you know, once I see it that way, like, I'm not offended, literally. I'm like, I don't care.
And you seem just very independent, and you know what you want, and you own what you want. And I just feel like you have this confidence that no matter what, you're going to win and get where you got to go. And I think that's beautiful, but also I can't say it's rare, but I think it's dope to see that in a woman, and like express that all the way through and be open and honest. Even times like when I ask, like, hey, Michelle, are you available? You'll be strictly honest. Oh, I'm sorry, not today. I have a shoot, or I have to be on set. But it's not even that you're being honest. It's how you're communicating your honesty. Like the words you're using, your choice of words, your diction. And I'm like you make a person understand, like, you really would do it if you were available. I think sometimes, you know, when people communicate it like, oh, I'm not available. Like, you're not available. You'll make it make sense to someone to kind of respect it. Like, man, thanks for telling me that. You know, I appreciate it.
It's so funny that you say that, because, well, one, thank you for your words. But I'm like, it's been a journey. It hasn't always been where I'm just so, like, upfront and honest, because I just didn't want to hurt anyone's feelings. And also sometimes I'm like, do I need to explain it? Like, I know, so it's good to hear your perspective, because sometimes I'm like, yo, I don't need to explain anything. I just can't do it, and that's what it is. But, you know, I never want to make anyone feel bad.
The way you deliver it, there's no more questions. No one, like, you leave no room for error. It's like, oh, I get it. So no one can even wonder, like, is she lying, or is she like, no, you make it really clear.
Yeah.
Go on to some of these questions that came to my DM. I have a session in the talk where it's rapid fire. So I'm going to say a name, 2 names at a time. You just tell me what works best for you.
Ooh, okay, wait, what do you mean? Give me an example.
So if I say red or blue, and you'd be like, blue.
Right? Okay, yeah, go.
Ready? Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, so acting on a hit TV show or acting in a big movie?
TV show.
Cooking or eating out?
Eating out. For sure, I don't cook.
Look, I was watching a clip of some cooking stuff on your YouTube. Like, man, maybe she cooks a lot.
No, my whole show is about not being able to cook.
See perception. Next question. Reading or audiobook?
Ooh, reading.
Calling or FaceTime?
FaceTime.
Oh, okay. See, I thought you would have done. What's more attractive in a man, his arms or his legs?
Oof, arms. I want to feel like you got me. Like, protect me. Like, that is your job as a man, is to protect me. And I'm tall. I'm 5'8". So, like, I always, like, want, like, a big dude, because I'm, like, I want to feel, like, dainty and, like, safe.
Safe. Like that. Last one. Group training or personal trainer?
Oh, that just depends. I like personal, though. If I had to choose, like, I want that one-on-one. Like, tell me what I need and I will do it, and let's go.
Got it. All right. So now we got that out the way. Let's move along. Let's talk about TV. Let's talk about movies and things you've been in. So I've done a little research. I know you was in a BET show called Tales.
Yeah.
The hit series All American, that plays on CW, or was on CW. I know it's on Netflix as well. You also was in Ride Along too. I didn't know that. I didn't know
I
that.
know. I had a small role. I honestly haven't even seen it, so I can't even speak on it.
In Ballers, let's say you was in Ballers. So when you're getting these gigs, and when you what's your approach when you get a project, or how do you go about it? Of course, you have to audition, but when you first get the audition and you get the script, because I feel like remembering lines and acting, like for me, because I don't see myself as an actor, is a challenge, right? I'm more improv. You tell me the idea, I can act it out. I can, So for you, what's your process training for a role, and how do you approach your character?
Well, there's a couple things that I love to do. I love to just read the script over and over, or just my sides. Like I will just read them over and over and over. And as I'm reading it, I'm thinking about what Michelle would do in that situation. And I'm like, how does it make sense for me to respond with these words? Like what mood am I in?
Wow. How does Michelle respond with these words? That's deep. That's like analytical. Hold on. What's your sign? Virgo or Leo? Must be a Virgo.
Yeah, like I just want to know, like, how does this make sense? Like, would I naturally respond that way if I was in that mood and you caught me at the wrong moment? And I might just tell you how it is. Yeah, I might use those words. And then I just kind of get in that rhythm and flow. And then my character, I'm like, okay, so like, let's just say I am a character that's like angry and like short tempered. I'm like, what brought me to that point? And that's also really helps me in real life. In real life, like understanding like anyone in general. I'm like, when you meet someone and they're just angry, I'm like, dang, like what brought you to that point? Like, how did you grow up?
That's good, because I had a commercial gig where it was a scary movie, and I had to be scared, like, right, like be afraid. But I was in my mind, I'm like, what am I afraid of? Like what? Like scary movies don't scare me. I laugh at them.
Really?
Yeah, like it was so odd. So I was trying to like make this, I'm afraid, but I'm like, what does my face look like being afraid? So it was interesting that you said that. Wow. By the way, that we talk about fear, what fears do you have? Do you have any that's just pops out of your head right away when you think of fear?
I don't even like to say that I'm scared of something because I don't want to give that power. I'm like, I mean, I can find things that are challenging.
Okay. Change your language. I like that.
Yeah. But like, I really want to go, like, I mean, I want to go skydiving because I feel like there's a hold there. And I'm like, anything that quote unquote scares me, that means I just need to get over it. Like I need to face it head on so that it doesn't have that hold.
Yeah. That's how it was for me swimming last year.
I saw on your stories, you were like really spooked.
I was spooked. I was like, whoa, this is different. But it was a fear since I've been a child. So
Did you never go swimming or what?
No, I mean, you grew up in the inner city. You just play basketball and football, and you don't swim. We don't swim. We play outside. So it wasn't like normal.
There's like no swimming lessons?
No. Not when you're in the inner city. No. At least not.
Where is this?
Say that again?
Where is this? Where'd you grow up?
Baltimore. So you ever seen The Wire? So just think of that. Like it's different. I can't say people, because we did have park pool in the summer where most kids would go, but swimming lessons wasn't like it's how we had basketball practice, football practice, try to play baseball. So it was always a fear and a neglect because I didn't know what I didn't know, and I could swim. That's the thing, but I couldn't swim. If that makes sense. I could do the little stroke and all those things, but when it came deep in, oh, your boy's like, yo, hey, my feet, like, yeah, we don't this way. This is not fulfilling. But being in the water last summer, shouts out to Zachary. I actually got to get back because I feel like I'm only 60% good the way I think I know. I need to be better. But being in the water allowed me to learn how to be patient, right? Because I just want to get it done, like right away, right away.
Yeah.
Be patient and to realize that it's okay when you make a mistake and you fucked up today and the water won again and it's okay. You don't have to beat yourself up because I was hard on myself. And it just allowed me to have patience and also have compassion for people when they're afraid of something, like afraid to go after their dreams, afraid to leave a relationship, afraid to leave a job, afraid to move out of their state. Because that was the first time in my life I really felt fear. Like my instructor was like, "You're gonna jump in the water like right now." I was like, "What?" But the deep end, this was like probably like week 10 or swimming lesson 10, right? I just getting the deep end, and the fear that came over my body, I felt like my body was shutting down.
It will really like paralyze you.
Yeah, like in that moment, that was the first time ever in my life that I can actually remember feeling that way. And I was like, I get it now. And I understand why people get afraid. I get it. And then when I jumped in, he's look, you're going to jump. It was only 8 feet. You're going to jump in, you're going to go right back up. I'm like, you sure? Jumped in, I came back up. But it was just like, I was just so locked into that fear and it shook me up. But over time, I got better. I was like, oh, we jumped in the deep end again. So embracing your fears I think is so important and beneficial to life and all things. So we would love to see you when Michelle goes skydiving.
Yeah, I know. I just have to get it done, honestly. We're making time for it.
You know, I've been on your story and see a lot of people, get some people in here talking about All American. I feel like you was the girl on All American. I'm trying to figure out, did they write you out the script? Like like you should be back on the show. Like was any producers or casting director? Can you what's going on with All American? Because everyone loved you on there.
I know, honestly. Everyone like, thank you guys, because I feel like when quarantine happened, I was just getting so many DMs about it, and I was just like, oh, it's so cool that my character connected with you guys, because that's literally what I would want every character that I play to do, like connect with people and have people wanting more of her, especially because she wasn't like, that's what I loved about her. She wasn't super friendly, but she wasn't mean. She just didn't want to like cater to people. She didn't feel like she had to go out of her way to be nice to make friends, you know? She just was who she was, and she was chill and she was cool and she did what she wanted to do, and either you rocked with her or you didn't. And I'm like, that's so cool that people want her back. So, I mean, I'm not written out. I didn't film for season 3, but I mean, I feel like if enough people want her in season 4, anything's possible.
Yeah, let's get it. Hey, someone got a poll, we got a petition. Let's get you
back. Let's get Ripley back on All American.
Hey, let's go. Yeah, that's dope. So out of all the stuff you've done, you know, from commercials to TV to, you know, maybe some movies, what has been your most fun experience that you can say? Was it All American?
It was until, and it still is, because of the impact that my characters had.
Okay.
Like that for me is such an accomplishment.
Yeah.
And also working for Mr. Perry, which
okay. I remember you worked at did you do the show The Oval?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Season 2 premieres next month.
Oh, there we go. Ooh, let's get it.
So I know. I'm like super excited about that. Just like getting to work with Tyler Perry, being on his, like being at the studio, working through a pandemic.
Yeah.
Like I will be able to look back and be like, I was one of the only people working through a pandemic. And not only was I working with Mr. Perry.
Yeah.
And I think that it is literally was one of the most amazing experiences of my life. Like being on set, living on set, working with everyone, working beside him. I was just like, oh my gosh, like Mr. Perry.
Yeah, there's someone like that recognize you. And that's funny. One of the questions was, how has COVID impacted your work or your sponsorships or deals like that? Has it, or has it not, or has it improved? I don't know.
I mean, definitely at the beginning of COVID, yeah. I mean, like everything was at a standstill, like legit everything. I didn't have anything going on. I was freaking out. Like the first day in LA, they like closed down like all the bars and things. And I was like, that's okay. Like, I'm just going to go to the gym twice a day. Like, I'm good. I'm going to figure this out. And then they were like, oh, by the way, all gyms are closed. And for some reason, that literally broke me down. Like, I just sat on the couch and I just started bawling, crying, because I'm like, what am I going to do? I can't work. And now the gym is, you know, a place that I can go and physically, mentally grow, like, you know, help my mind out. And I cried. I literally cried for like 2 days, and I could barely get off the couch. I was so devastated. I didn't know what I was going to do. And thankfully, I found my love for dance again. And I don't know if any of you guys see,
Oh,
like
I forgot you used to dance. What's that?
Yeah. So I literally got on TikTok with my best friend, and I started doing that. And I started just like, yeah, we were just like so happy. And then literally, you know, some people make fun of us, but I'm like, I got so many brand deals off TikTok, and I got to connect with people. And brand deals, yes, they're a source of income. So I hope no one like looks down upon them. But I work with brands that are like organic and eco-friendly and cruelty-free, and brands that I use in my everyday life. And now I get to do a partnership with them. It's so cool. And I get to introduce these brands to you guys and spread awareness about the brand and the good that they're doing. So I feel so blessed.
All the brands out there that allow us to support them and they support us, trust me.
Right? It's such a cool thing. Like, yes, it's a way of money, but it's honestly the way of the future now, is I think influence.
Virtual. And I just think, honestly, I think it's cool when a brand connects to who you really are opposed to how they see you. You know, because when it's in alignment with your persona, your personality, your look, your vibe, it just fit. Like, you don't have to think, you can just do. And I think it's been amazing. It's been amazing for me as well as for you, I can tell. And that's why I wanted to talk about. That was one of the questions, is as an influencer or creating content, and you get a gig like a TikTok or Instagram, how do you plan, and how do you plan what you're going to do? I was just telling a friend earlier, I was like, people look at, you know, people in opposition that post photos with brands, like they think it's just simple. You put on clothes and you just go. Like, no. Like, you got to think of your caption. You got to think of the angle, the lighting, what you're going to wear, how you're going to wear it, where you're going to pose, where you're going to shoot it at. Like, it's so much that goes into it that people undermine because they don't know. So for you, when you get a deal or a gig, like, what is your mindset approaching? Like, because, you know, everyone sends deliverables. And then some companies, they just want to see what you can create, and then they'll give you feedback after that. So what is it like for you?
For me, the most important thing is I want whatever I create for the brand to look super authentic. Like, I almost want it to look like it's not even a partnership.
Yeah.
I want it to look like, hey, this is me actually using it. So I'm just like, all right, so if this is me just using this product or eating this bar or whatever, I'm like, where would I naturally do it? Am I doing it at home? Am I like at the gym? Am I with my friends? What's the environment that I would actually consume this product, and what would I be wearing in that environment, and just make it look really natural, even though the lighting takes such a importance.
Hey, that you'd be like, no, come over here.
I'm like, no. I'm like, the lighting, guys, and the lighting's not right. The lighting is everything. That's literally the most important thing to me in a photo or a video. Lighting.
Yeah, that's amazing. I also wanted to talk, like, you know, so you got dancing, you've done TV stuff, you got Instagram, influencing, TikTok, but like, what is Michelle mostly passionate about? Like, what, you know, you say you want kids, like, but what are you really passionate about? I don't think, maybe your followers know, maybe people in here know, but I don't really know. When I look at you, it's like, she's a brand, she's amazing, she's authentic, she speaks well, she looks well. But, you know, like you said before, a lot of times people can look at you but not really understand you, and just think you're just this person who has a beautiful look, who looks nice and do nice things. But it's so much more than what we see. So what are you really passionate about?
I think for me is I want to help people. Like, I want me to like reach globally, but not because I like, yes, of course I make a living from it, but it's more like, how can I inspire someone else? How can I show someone what I've been through and the choices that I've made and how I followed my dreams? How does that help other people? And I always want to do that. Like, I just feel like we all need to see someone and connect with someone and just visually have a person. Yeah, like, you want to just visually have this person where you're like, man, like I feel like she supports me, you know? Like I remember growing up and like looking at all these girls on TV that are like so gorgeous and like have it all together, and I'm like, how do they get to that point? Like
Yeah.
I don't know. Like how do they do it? Like how do you get there? And so I try to be as open as possible, and I'm definitely working on that, and I want to be more open, but that's just it. Like I just want to help people. I want to connect with people. Like I just want to learn. I just feel like everyone has something that I can learn and incorporate in my own life. So I always want to meet people and talk. And like when I travel, that's why I love traveling, because I get to meet people around the world, and it changes my perspective and it widens my knowledge about people. And, you know, I can incorporate those things into my brand and my life. So I just love connecting with people, learning about them, and then how can we help each other? That's what I'm most passionate about. How do we connect and how do we grow?
Like that. Someone just asked, who's a role model of yours?
Like, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know, like, I'm trying to think of someone that I've seen. Yeah, I feel like it changes a lot. Um, but I really like Jennifer Lopez.
AJ Lo.
Yeah. And and one of the things I like about her is she never stops. Same with Mr. Perry. Like Mr. Perry, I think, just became a billionaire shortly after we shot the show, and he doesn't stop. Like the amount of money that they both have doesn't stop them from creating. And I love that because they're detached from the money and they're just doing what they love. And that to me, I'm like, that's crazy. Like it's not about the money at the end of the day. It's just about being able to create and do what you love and have it impact people positively. So that's what I want to do. I'm like, that's the goal. Yes, I want to be successful and prosperous, but it's more about just creating, like it's a never ending job. Never.
Yeah. You got to create content and you got to always make money if you always want to live a certain way, right?
Yeah.
And
it's about like creating, period.
love your photos. Your photos are very impactful. And they say, how many photo shoots do you have a week? Is that planned out? How does that happen? And like, you're so good at taking photos.
Thank you. Well, yes, they are planned out. A lot of thought does go into them.
Yeah.
But that's because I love doing it. Like even I was just talking about this with my best friend Liberty. I'm like, even like when we go on vacation and we have to like create content and pump it out, I'm like, man, I can't wait till we have a photographer that comes with us and they can edit the photos. But like even if we were on a vacation and we didn't have to create content, we would still be creating content because we love to take pictures and we love to dance and make TikToks and our reels and everything. So I just want everything to look good, and like I want people to be able to look at it and be like, okay, work goes into that, and you want to look at it aesthetically. And yeah, I plan out my outfits. But other than that, it's kind of casual. Like, you know, I like the pictures that don't look like I'm posing. I like the pictures just look like.
Photos are like fire emojis all the time.
Thank you. Well, you know Caesar.
Yeah, he's good. But yeah, you know, I think it's an art. Things that seem general or simple to many of us sometimes look at it as easy. Like people don't understand. Listen, in my experience, photo shoots are hard. Like like women master red carpets. Like me on the red carpet, I'm like, yeah. You know, I don't know what to give you. You know, women just know how to boom, 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 boom. You know, so that's actually an art. Like that's hard. That's because you have to be in it. You got to be in flow. You got to have the rhythm. You got to swag. You got to know. You got to know you. So when I see your photos, you look like a model who's been booked by Wilhelmina or IMG or I don't know. You just have that. You know what you want in your photo. So I just think that's something someone probably can learn one day from you because that's dope. You know, taking photos for me is never easy. I know how to smile.
Yeah, like, smile, jeez.
You know, so yeah. So one last question, if anyone don't have anything else. So the question is,
gotta go soon. So yes. Okay.
What's working for you right now, and what's a challenge?
Okay. Is this like work related or anything?
Just in general.
Um, what's working for me is just trusting what feels right for me. There's like a lot of new projects that I'm taking on, and a lot of my friends haven't done it yet, which has just forced me to rely on myself and my instinct, which I think is great because I think that'll help build my confidence. And that's what I've learned really that works for me. And I look back and I'm like, that's really works for me all my career. Yeah. I've always done what I thought was right. If that wasn't the case, I probably wouldn't be living in LA. I'd be in San Francisco doing I don't know what. Yeah. But it felt right to come to LA. It's always something that I wanted to do. So it just feels right to take on these projects. Like my website launches on Monday, and it's a subscription-based website. So, you know, like I have photos on there that no one has seen before, but they just look a little weird on my Instagram page because I'm more of like a brand-related like actress, and these are like, you know, like some bikini pics and just things that I feel like so random on my page, and so I never post them. So it's just a way to connect with people, and I'm gonna have like mornings with Shell, you know, like you know, things that I do in my morning routine, just a little something more deeper than like surface level with Instagram. So that's honestly scary for me because I'm like, I'm gonna be so much more vulnerable and open, which opens up the door to criticism. And that's not easy all the time, you know, like even though I'm confident and stuff, it's like you don't want to get messages like that all the time. It's just like, it makes you want to be like, all right, dude, well, then maybe I shouldn't be doing this. It doesn't feel right. But being able to stand there and stand strong and believe in who you are, regardless of what someone else is saying, I think is something that I need to work on. So I'm excited for that. And organization right now is like, I'm so organized and I'm like looking around and everything's just like a pile because I'm like photo shoot here and like website shoot and Instagram content, and I'm just like pictures for this and that and just organizing everything. I'm just like, oh my God, I need a new laptop, dude. I'm like, this laptop is like exploding. It needs new space. I'm just like, organization. Yeah. But everything else is great.
Got it. And the family's great. How's mom? How's dad?
They're doing amazing. I was able to host them for Christmas, so that was really nice.
You had them doing a TikTok. I saw that.
Yeah, on my page. My dad loves it. So yeah, they're doing great.
Got it.
They're happy.
So let's give people your handles on TikTok, and what else do you have going on? Your website is launching. Give people the name of your website and just anything you're promoting you might have coming up. Your website drops on Monday. I know your show, The Oval, is it The Oval Office, is coming out next month.
The Oval comes out in February. Mr. Perry has not released an official premiere date. Yeah. So if you want, you can come back to my page. I'll definitely be sharing when that comes out because I'm so excited about it. And then Shell Hayden, Chelle, and then Hayden, Hayden. It's just basically Michelle without the MI. The easiest way to explain it. So that's for my website, michellehayden.com, my Instagram, Shell Hayden, Twitter, Facebook.
Are you on Twitter? What's your Twitter?
I mean, that's my Twitter, but I'm never on there. So. I don't really tweet, bro. I'm like, I don't think I need another platform to take care of right now. Like, it's a lot. So, but yeah. Well, I mean, thank you for wanting to have me on here. I really appreciate it.
You know, it's always good to have people on, different people from different perspectives and backgrounds to give their perspective of the perspective we might have or see. Like I said, when I met you, especially when we did the fitness challenge, I was like, damn. Like, honestly, in my phone, I don't know if I ever showed you, but your name in my phone is Michelle Great Soul. That's what I have you on. So when I meet people and I really talk to them and, you know, feel them out, I'm like, that's what you have in my phone, Michelle Great Soul. Like, you have a great soul. You're genuine, you're authentic, you're just a good person. You want to do well, you want to help people as much as you can. And you can see that, you can feel that. So that's another reason why I wanted you here today speaking your truth and what you've been through, because a lot of times people just think, oh yeah, you're pretty, so that's how you got a job. Like, no, Michelle works her ass off. Like, she goes in the gym, she goes hard. Like, she ain't no like, oh to get no.
I want to sweat. Like
Yeah.
I want to be dripping sweat. I love it.
Oh, it ain't none of that. Too good to be. Nah, goody tissue. No, she's working. So I think it shows, and you're winning, and continue to push out content and be influential and help people as much as you can, but just be you. I think you being you is phenomenal, and people can feel it. You know, and I just think I can just see it. I can see the future of Michelle, just big TV shows, big movies. I can see you hosting things. Yeah, you have it. You know, they
Thank
say
you.
if you got it, you said if you spot it, you got it. You got it.
Well, I'm with it. I'm excited. So if you guys have any more questions, you guys are welcome to ask me, DM me, follow me if you want.
Follow her, please follow her right now. What is it at? What is the handle for Instagram? You put it in right
Oh, Hayden, bro. Shell. Chelle. Is it not up here?
Chelle.
Yeah, it's there. It's at the top.
Hayden, right?
Yeah.
Just make sure. Hold on. We want to get it right. Come on, just get in there. Did I get it? Did I get that right? Is it in there? Let me see if I can pin it.
Oh my God, there's so many comments I missed. Aw, Kelsey, hi. What's up? Let me see these comments.
Yeah, you can look at her. We ain't done yet until we done. A lot of whatever comments.
Shell. Yes, it's Shell. But yeah.
That's the one you thought was impactful, but they turned out not to be so great. Ooh, that's a good question.
That's a really good question.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of, I've had friends that I thought here in LA that I thought would really like help me grow, and literally they were just holding me back the whole time.
Wow, that's good.
I really did. So I literally stopped being friends with a lot of people, but that's okay.
That's it. Your growth, when you're growing and you're having success and you have momentum, you lose people, and
yeah,
a lot of times it's hard because you love them so much, but you gotta go and they can't stay. And the reason people treat you funny or different when you becoming something or more is because they're not benefiting from what you used to be. You know, and what you used to be is not that it actually changed. You just evolve into another being that you don't have time or the place to give the way you did before. And so they're still they're still into that person that you were, and it's frustrating for them. So they try to make you feel guilty and shameful. Trust me, I've been there. It sucks because it's people that are close to you, people who know you the best sometimes, and it's tough. But if you got EQ, emotional intelligence, you can get over it.
Yeah. It's like I want to grow with people and I want to help them, but like if helping you is like hurting me, then it's like it's a no. I gotta go.
Yeah.
But let me just answer some of these questions. I didn't even see them. Do you feel like your drive comes from your parents? Absolutely. I think I kind of touched on that, where I'm like, what they did and didn't do for me really shaped who I was or who I am, and I'm so grateful. Even like, I'm like, my dad wasn't around, but I'm like, yo, I'm so kind of grateful, because I'm like, I'm so driven, and I don't know if I would have been as driven if you were there to just, because my dad's like a softie. I feel like he just would have been like, okay, here's this and here's that. I don't think I would have this drive, so I'm thankful. Started taking acting classes. What would be the next step? How can I look for an agent? Any tips? I don't know where you live, but I would maybe Google some agencies in your area, and most agencies have open calls, or where you can send them your reel. And a reel, REEL, is basically where you have short clips. Doesn't need to be anything fancy, but just short clips where you showcase your talent. So have a friend read with you, just say a monologue, whatever you feel your strongest is, and just send that clip. And everyone starts somewhere. I know I'm like a big thing about like presentation, so I don't think I ever did this part, but don't feel like it needs to look like some, IMAX movie in theaters. Just have something cute where it shows your talent and start sending it out, and then let them tell you what they want to see, and then you can adjust from there. But definitely just start getting those videos out. Who did you look up to when you were a kid? I think I didn't have it. I don't think I had anyone specifically. I think I looked up to like people I saw in the media and TV, but I didn't really connect with anyone. I felt like, looking back, I feel like my mom was extremely influential, but that's all I can think of right now. Sorry if that doesn't answer your question. Would you date Jordan in real life? Yes, I would.
Oh, wow.
We need a roadmap. Are we going to see you in All-American? Not this season, but I would love to come back. Yo, you have an epic car. Oh, I have an epic car, by the way. Thank you.
Someone said, do you still keep in touch with anyone from the show?
Through Instagram, like I do with like Tay Diggs, and I will like DM each other and like respond to each other's like stories and pictures and stuff. Like him and I still need to do a TikTok together. So if you hear from All American, like tell Tay that we need to do our TikTok already.
That's dope. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it.
But yeah, so well, thank you guys for joining, and I would love to do this again. It was fun.
It was fun. Thank you, Michelle. Hayden, maybe we can see you dance more. You know we can dance. You know, like that real dance.
I know. I got my reels coming, guys.
There we go. Are you still heavy on TikTok? Haven't seen you post, because you know we got Instagram Reels now.
Yeah, no, I'm still on TikTok. I'm just a little more selective about what I post on each. But yeah, I'm still on TikTok. Sometimes it just doesn't translate, and then like people don't get it. If you're not on TikTok, you don't get it, and then you think they're stupid. So
right.
Well, yeah.
Thank you. Have a beautiful
guys.
Friday. Be safe. If you need me, I'm here. And thanks again.
Yes. Oh, I also have Word of the Week every Monday. So hit me up with your witty questions or witty responses.
What does ambiguous mean?
Witty. Ambiguous just means able to relate to a large number, a variety of like.
I thought ambiguous mean unclear.
Unclear?
Ambiguous.
Well, I'm thinking about ambiguous is like when I go to acting, they're like, we want someone that's ambiguous. Like, yeah, I guess unclear is a good way to put it. But to me, I see it as relating. But you're seeing it as unclear. But yeah.
This is ambiguous right here. No, I get it. See, everyone looks at it different, right? So, and there's several definitions. But yeah, we'll tap into that. Yeah, every Monday, guys. The website's dropping this Monday for Michelle. She has word of the day. Let's get it. So, by the way, before we leave, we got to let the people know, Michelle, what do you do to prepare yourself for a day? I think that's very important. You just don't wake up like you are. Like, there's things you do and rituals and stuff. Just real quick. I know you have some things in there.
Yeah. What do I do? I get up, and the first thing I do is like I pray.
Okay.
I thank God for my day. I drink a liter of water.
Mm-hmm.
Literally immediately, I like chug liters of water, use the bathroom, brush my teeth. Yeah, and I pray. Literally the first hour of my day, I'm not on my phone. So if you see me on Instagram at 7 a.m. or 7:30 a.m., I've already been up since 6 a.m.
Oh, wow.
So no phone for the first hour. Literally pray, drink lots of water, and then I work out, and then the rest can come in.
There we go. Believe that. Well, there it is. Y'all got it. Michelle, be great. Talk soon. Be safe. Thanks.
Right, peace.
Bye.
Bye.
That was Michelle Hayden. She was great. She gave you everything and then some. She prays. She drinks a liter of water. She can dance. She can act. She has a TikTok. I mean, follow her. She's amazing. Great soul. Yeah, I will be putting this on my page for a few hours so you guys can go check out the interview. Thank you all for being here. Much love, gratitude, peace. Be safe out there. Love yourself. Take care of yourself. Be yourself. Know yourself, and continue to grow. It's miracle season. Miracles don't come easy, but you got what it takes to be what you want to be. I'm out. Peace, love, and happiness. Bigger Talks.